All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. We got a ton of stuff going on here on a Tuesday night. Tech baseball in progress, basketball tipping off at 8 o'clock in a huge Big 12 game against TCU out at United Supermarkets Arena. And we're coming to you from the Arctic Air Studios tonight, Tuesday's best. We're going to look at some sports that would be better if they just tore up the rule book and started all over again. I have thoughts on this. We want to get you in tonight. You guys know what to do. The early arrivals, it's really simple. Let us know the audio is good, the video is good. How do you do that? Give us thumbs up. Just let us know. Hit us in the chat box there on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. We thank United Supermarkets for bringing us the chat line capabilities and the comments and everything else that goes on with that. So, yeah, then after that, after you let us know the audio is good and the video is good, you know what you can do? You can be a good citizen of Raiderland. Well, how do you do that? You share it. You put it out there. Say, hey, man, we're talking baseball, basketball. We're talking sports. We're talking West Texas weather. We're doing whatever it is we need to be doing tonight. So that's the lay of the land this evening. Indeed, Damon, the talking box is on. Cheers to everybody. Hope the day was as good for you as it was for us today. It's a good day when you get some fresh contact lenses. Yes, we did. Mm, tasty. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's make this thing happen in three. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt. TheRaiderland.com is the website. Everything we do, you find there. Our columns in the morning, Raiderland hot links, 60 seconds of Raiderland, the commentary. We've been talking about NASCAR the last couple of days. We'll move on from that topic tomorrow in our daily commentary. We're in the Arctic Air Studios. This past weekend, your air was maybe too Arctic. Now it's not Arctic enough. 77, 78, 80 tomorrow. You probably have to call the Bear, maybe. Don't worry, they'll get you taken care of. Check out their website, callthebear.com. They got some pretty good specials always going on, but you just need to know that they're the guys that are locally owned and operated, veteran owned and operated with my man Shane, and they will take care of you fantastically. Also brought to you in part by South Plains College. You know, a lot of great Red Raiders started off as great Texans. The road to Raiderland runs through Levelland. Find out all the cool course offerings that they have at South Plains College. And by Lifts West Hotel and Condominium, our home away from home in Red River, New Mexico. Got some good snow here over the past week or so. Usually some of the best skiing is right around President's Day to spring break. And yeah, spring break is coming up. If you're making plans, now is the time to call Billy at Lifts West. And of course, our communications and talkback features, chat, text, all that stuff. Brought to you by United Supermarkets and Market Street. All right, so what do we got tonight? Let's see, Tech Baseball in action against UTA. There is a way to watch it. Go to the Tech Baseball Twitter feed. If you have a Huddle account, you can access Huddle through your Facebook account. It's free. It's a little convoluted, but you can watch it. I have not accessed it yet. I'll look later on after we get done here. Top of the third, scoreless. Trumbello, the freshman riding for the Red Raiders, gets out of a mini jam in the bottom of the second. Double play nearly got him out of it. Just couldn't quite turn the double play there, but they get out of it after that with the strikeout. So works around a little trouble and a couple on. So far, the Red Raiders with just one hit on the day, 3 hits for UTA. And I mentioned it, Trombello, we'll see if he goes 3 or 4. That'd be nice. You just need to get some runs and beat UTA. Midweek games, I mean, I don't think anybody is there. First off, at the ballpark in Arlington. There's nobody at the ballpark in Arlington. Can you believe it? Oh, my gosh. Sounds dead. After, high-level baseball over the last 3 days on the weekend, I can see it let down here. You just got to handle, business here tonight. Go get the win. Do some positive things. So we'll keep up on that. You guys can keep up your thoughts on Tech baseball. For Tech basketball, we are waiting word on Warren Washington. We should know within the hour, obviously. Maybe by the time we're done. We're trying to keep up. You guys can try to keep up as well. He's listed as a game time decision. Now is when he would be out there on the floor trying to go through warm-ups. Nathan at the AJ, those guys are out there. David Collier, KMAC 28. We're keeping an eye on the Twitter feed and on our text feed as well to see what we learn on that. If he can play, I think Texas Tech will win, if not easily, moderately comfortably. if Washington can't go, this thing's going to be a struggle, and it's going to be a tough night all night long. And you better hope that Pop Isaacs finds that shot, that Williams continues doing what he's doing, that Joe Toussaint has the night that he had back Saturday against Iowa State, where he was the only guy for the most part who looked like he knew what he was doing. That's coming up at 8 o'clock. Late start, but we wait on that. So we find your thoughts, your questions, your comments there. Now, our question of the day, Tuesday's best on the website, theraiderland.com. We give you topics. You give us 2 examples. Today, and now tonight, we ask you to give us 2 sports, minimum, that would be better if we just took the rule book as it exists right now, tore it up, and started over. Just a complete rewrite of the rule book. That after all this time, that it has become so convoluted, painfully convoluted, that it holds back the game, that it takes a great game, a great sport, and it, if not ruining it, makes it a whole lot harder than it needs to be. Which 2 sports would you say would benefit the most from doing this? I have my thoughts. I want to get your thoughts. You can fire away on Facebook if you're joining us there on Facebook Live. If you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, you should be, and you can enter your comments in there. Thanks to United Supermarkets. We'll pick those up as we go through tonight, questions, comments, or otherwise. So that's the question there. And anything else that's on your mind, kind of a free-for-all tonight. As I said, we're trying to keep up with a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and going through the evening with you. You do what I do for 30-plus years. I almost gave out one of the phone numbers for the old Talk 1039. Right, it was on the tip of my tongue. I was about to give out the text line number there. That was really weird. Okay, sport number 1 that would improve if you just took the rules and threw them out. Hi there, golf. We love golf. Golf is a great game. Golf is a beautiful game. The rules of golf. Pardon me, but if we kill all the golfers, won't the members be mad? Golf, just start over. Let's do it again. We know what we need to do. We can simplify this. And you know what? We also can have different rules for the PGA or LIV. We got to say LIV golf now. We can have different rules and different specs and different things for them, and then different rules for me and my buddies when we're playing, out there at Red Feather, which I'm not playing at Red Feather because, well, come on, Brad, hook a guy up. Golf to me is the one after well over 100 some odd years. Hey, let's start this all over again. Ryan says NASCAR could use an overhaul. I like the way you worded that. Yeah, NASCAR would be on my list, and not just because start of the season and top of mind and everything else. But first off, hey, let's actually find out what the rules are. Let's publish the rule book. Let's not have all this gray area stuff, and we love the gray area in NASCAR. Smokey Unic on line 1. How long is that fuel line from the gas tank to the engine? If you know your history, you know what I'm talking about. Can win Daytona and then drive home afterwards. Never filled up. Yeah, NASCAR rule overhaul would be great. Let's start over there. Mark says the NFL. I agree with you on the NFL. The NFL has become paralyzed by rules. The NFL has become so inundated with layers upon layers of rules that, when we were 10 years old, we knew what a catch was. When we played football in vacant lots and up at school, we at 10 years old, we knew what a catch was. Now, I can't tell you what a catch is. That's crazy. When we have to start a sentence by saying, by rule, there's too many rules. All right? Don't hold the guy. Don't leg whip the guy. I guess you probably shouldn't face mask, and then there you go. 22 feet long fuel line for Smokey Unic. Racquetball, full contact. I'm all for racquetball being a little more violent. When I played it, pretty violent. Man, racquetball was fun. Anybody play up the rec if they were a tech student or anything? We had some back in the early 90s. A lot of the Lady Raider basketball players were also really into racquetball at the time. So I could, I could take my choice. I could get my butt kicked playing horse or basketball, or go over to the rec and get killed playing racquetball. Who wouldn't love that? A lot of fun. Michael, why would you not want the NASCAR season to end in Phoenix? Because I want the NASCAR season to end either at Homestead. I like being down in Miami. It's going to be nice. But since I am ending the season now at Labor Day, we could end the season at Darlington. We could end the season in hot Atlanta like we used to. We could end it in Texas. That would never happen because that's a SMI track, and it's always going to be not in an SMI track. Well, sometimes it will be. I shouldn't say that. Phoenix, hi there. Chris, yes, had a racquetball class. Yeah, cool, a lot of fun stuff. So yeah, I don't like it ending in Phoenix because I still, even after the reconfiguration of the track and everything else, I don't like that track to end on. I really liked ending there at Homestead. It was not a mile and a half, obviously, wasn't a plate track, wasn't a cookie cutter. It had a uniqueness about it. It didn't necessarily favor any one guy over another. It was a pretty neutral track to end on. And you were ending in, down there at Homestead. So it was good. So give us sports that you think would be better if the rules we tore it up and we started all over. That's what we got tonight. Golf for sure for me. NASCAR, NFL, probably NFL over NASCAR because we actually really don't know what the rules are in NASCAR. Nobody for sure knows what the rules are. Darlington on Labor Day would be a great place to end the NASCAR season. I think it'd be incredible. Top of the third now, 2 on for the Red Raiders, 2 outs. Austin Green doubled down the line. You got Tracer Lopez after a walk, a 2-out walk over there at third base. So there we are, the update. Scoreless, top of the third, as you got Bazell at the plate, 286 on the year. See if he can do some damage there. Yeah, for those who don't know, if you missed our commentary, go back and listen to the last 2 days' commentaries, theraiderland.com, 60 seconds of Raiderland. I told you what's wrong with NASCAR yesterday. Today, I gave you some fixes for NASCAR. One of them, and if you told me this 15 years ago, I would have fought you. I would have fought you. But now, yeah, shorten the season, too many races, and let's not try to fight the behemoth that football is. When NASCAR was simply a southern regional sport for decades and decades, and you had 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 seat stadiums, tracks trying to fill up, that was one thing to do during football season. Now it's a totally different deal, all right? Chris says high school basketball in Texas bring in the shot clock. I agree on that. And somebody said NBA. We'll get to that. Hey, if you're an official and you're around Denver City and you can officiate ropes and whoever the heck they're playing. Who are they playing? Fort Hancock? I don't know. The report from Denver City is there are no officials there for the playoff game for ropes boys basketball. So hell with the rules there, Chris. We need officials. Yeah, bring back the Firecracker 400, not the Pepsi 400. Firecracker 400. Race Daytona, July 4th. July 4th. Not Sunday, not whenever, not the last race going in. Boom, do it. I hate the NASCAR stages in the playoff system. The stages are okay. I am anti-playoff in its current format, any other format or whatever, because you try to be a stick and ball sport and it doesn't work. And it was a direct outgrowth of a couple of anomaly seasons there in the early 2000s, not the least of which was Matt Kenseth in 2003, where he just ran off and hid, but he did it by being amazingly consistent, not winning a bunch of races. And that made him mad for some reason, that he was always in the top 5, but he wouldn't win a ton of races, and that he easily won the points race. Well, we'll fix that. We'll artificially create a Game 7 every year. I hate it. Brian France almost single-handedly killed NASCAR. Yes, he did. Brian Z. France very nearly did it. If it hadn't been for Mike Helton, if Mike Helton had not been there to be a buffer from the idiocy of the France family over the last 25 years, good Lord. In spite of themselves, hyper growth in the late 90s and the early 2000s for many different reasons. Stages, I'm okay with stages in the point system. I really am, because it gives you a reason to race the whole race. And you go, well, we're running a 400-mile race. Who cares who's leading at 200? TV does. TV does. Keep the TV partners happy. A lot of the races are too long. Thankfully, in NASCAR, we have reduced tracks like Pocono down. Texas was too long at 500. You know, and Eddie Gossage tried to do it and did and got it fit. God bless Eddie Gossage. Eddie, if you're watching tonight, man, we miss you. So sports that would be better if we took the rule book, tore it up, threw it out, and started all over. All right, so NBA. NBA rules I don't think are bad. NBA rules are moderately unenforceable. Looks like we probably have a pitching change. Yeah, Tate Bethel is in for UTA with Bazell coming to the plate. So we got a pitching change there, and we're still 2 outs top of the third there for Texas Tech. See how this progresses. The rules in the NBA aren't that bad. They're not too convoluted. I mean, we know what a carry is. Okay, but do we care any? And maybe we don't care. Maybe that's it. Just eliminate travel. Eliminate that. You know, we eliminated the ban on zone, which I thought was fine. What if we made the lanes smaller instead of bigger? You know, the trapezoidal lane of the international, for years, everybody said, we need to make the lane bigger, you know, Shaquille or whatever. Actually, now that there aren't any post player, what if we made the lanes smaller in the NBA? This is the update. 2-0 with a Bazell double to left field. Green Lopez scoring. A 1-1 pitch, top of the third with 2 downs. So Red Raider bats, give him some runs. That ought to let you get Trombley back out if you want to get back out there. So yeah, NBA, I don't know that we need rule changes, big rule changes in the NBA. I don't think the rules package in the NBA are hurting my enjoyment of it. It's the actual product. It's just the way the game is played now. And I don't think you can do much to that with the rules. Maybe you can. Maybe you guys have some stuff. Somebody said shot clock, high school basketball. Yeah, that's pretty much the only basketball rule in high school we need. We need the shot clock, okay? It's painful without it. It needs to happen. It would be better for everybody involved. It would help these players get ready for the next level. It would force coaches to actually coach a little bit more, which I think is a good thing. So, yeah, please. I don't understand how we cannot have a shot clock in Texas high school boys and girls basketball. There is zero reason for that. Let's see. Michael says they need to do away with the All-Star game and make the regular season more competitive and expand the three-point line. Expand it? Like make it farther? If we make the three-point line farther, it won't be in the corners. It'll just be a straight line 30 feet out. They need LeBron to retire. He basically destroyed all the goodwill the NBA had dating back to the 1980s. I don't know that he single-handedly did it, but it hadn't helped, I don't think. He's got help. He's got friends that also do that. Let's see. Tenant. Well, I'm not talking rule changes per se. We can have those discussions for individual. I'm saying sports that would totally be better if you started over. That if you truly started over and did it again, what would it look like? Golf, NFL, NASCAR, baseball, I'm strangely okay with most of what we have in baseball. It's probably a little bit wordy at times in the rule book because the rule book is designed to try to cover every conceivable situation that an umpire may face in baseball, which is impossible. Get rid of 4 teams in the UIL playoffs. Yeah, I'm good with that. 3's plenty. 3's plenty. So baseball, I don't know that and I mean, you could probably streamline maybe some of the rules in baseball, but there's nothing about it right now fundamentally. Now we can argue about pitch clock. We can argue about, a few things that they have done to try to speed up the game. I hate anything that takes away game management, which is bring a pitcher and he's got to face 3 hitters, crap like that. I don't want any of that. I don't want anything forced upon me. You have a choice to make. You can do it or you can not do it. It's sort of like when you weren't allowed to play zone defense in the NBA. Well, the penalty for playing zone defense is they'd shoot out of it. Now you can choose and you can do that. Run what you brung in NASCAR and hope that you brung enough. What I would say to that is let's get NASCAR back to making the Mustangs look like Mustangs, Chevys look like Chevys, Toyotas look like Camrys. Make it look like the actual production model car. Get away from the aero package where everything is the same. Go to mechanical grip more and put the driver back in charge of the race and not the engineer back home at the shop. Make it a driver-oriented sport again and car. So I think baseball, I'm okay with kind of where it is as far as total rules. And I don't think I mean, do we really feel like we need to totally redo the rules of baseball? No, I don't think we do. I think we know pretty much what things are. I hate replay. That's a different deal. That's a singular thing. 4-0 now as Cash has found the home run swing finally with a 2-run shot, Plating Bazell. McGee will line out to end the inning or fly out to end the inning. It's 4-0 going to the bottom of the third as Trombello will come back out for his third inning of work with 23 pitches. A 9-pitch inning in the second. He had to sit a while there for the 4-run inning. Oh, darn. So Gavin Cash gets his first home run of the year. Really looked like he was pressing there in Arlington, and he's still in Arlington. Oh, by the way, we didn't talk about that. We got baseball going on. We got basketball. Are we still everybody paying attention to the Washington update? I'm trying to keep up with stuff. I'm waiting for David Collier to let me know what we know about Warren Washington. Will he be starting tonight or not? Game time decision. This is about when we would find out. I'm literally looking right now to see what we are seeing on anything on my feed or anything else. But I was hoping to get a text maybe on that. No Washington. It's going to be a tough game. Washington plays tonight, 20 minutes or more. Texas Tech will win by 5 or more. I don't even know what the line is. I didn't even look. Anybody know what the line is right offhand? 80s were the best looking cars in NASCAR. Yeah, man. 70s were awesome, cool from the Superbird era. On through to the late 70s. I would maybe fight you a little bit and say, man, some of those cars in the 70s are pretty dang awesome. 80s were good. 90s, we start to slide. Abner Doubleday knew what he was doing. How did he know 90 feet would make every play so close? Keep Jamie Dixon off the court. Golly. Yes. It's a menace. It's a menace to society. It's a danger to everybody involved. It's not just Jamie Dixon. Look around college basketball all the time. Why do the officials allow this to go on, man? You get one warning, I will tee you up if you're back out on the court again. I'm old enough to remember when they put in the coaching box line. What a joke that's turned out to be. It's not hard. Stay the hell out of the way. I mean, they can do it in football for the most part. The land yachts for the 70s were great. Yes, they were. I'm still scrolling. I'm looking for updates, anything. You guys keep an eye out on Twitter and everything else. And the pregame show will be rolling about the time we go off the air. So I would imagine we'll find out fairly quickly on Washington. Sports that you think need a complete rule overhaul. Throw it out. Start all over. Which sports would benefit? I assume you guys are with me on golf, by the way. And I'm a huge proponent of golf. PGA rules are different. Just like tennis and equipment in tennis. Equipment has ruined this. Technology has ruined tennis. All right. Tech 5.5. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Thanks, Donald. Technology has ruined tennis. The racket technology, the overhead rackets. Again, I'm old. I remember, some of the first oversized rackets, particularly Jimmy Connors breaking out. I think he played a Wilson oversized racket in the early 80s, one of the first one to go to that. When McEnroe was playing a Dunlop wood racket, 47-pound tension, literally Dunlop wood, late 70s, early 80s. Beside the point, 47-pound tension. He could catch it like a lacrosse player, turn it over. They need to take the hotness out of the rackets, make it a more shot-friendly game. But for the regular people, hey, jack up your racket all you want to. Same thing with golf, man. Why should I have to play with the same technology as, Brooks Koepka. Bring me back to U-shaped grooves, or give me a wedge that's illegal. Give me a driver that's too high. Come on now. Why do I have to do that? Hockey has no rules, Michael. There's no reason to change the rules in hockey. I get the puck. I shoot the puck down to the other end. He raises his hand. Everybody stops. There we go. That's the rule. No two-line pass. There's the rule in hockey. I just explained hockey. Soccer, no rules in soccer other than offsides, which nobody really completely understands. I would get rid of offsides in soccer for sure, and maybe hockey. I loved it when the WPHL allowed the two-line pass in hockey, and minor league hockey has done that. In soccer, I think if you want to snowbird and give up a man, you ought to be able to do it, right? And if I want to mark him, I can mark him or not. To me, that idea of offsides, okay, if you want to play it that way, you got to give up something to get it. Get rid of the icing. He puts his hand up, we all stop. What do you want? Give you a fake dollar if anyone can tell me the movie I'm quoting right there. The goalie was saying it, by the way. I'll go back to just one tour on the PGA. Yeah, good luck with that. Or you mean just one tour on the PGA? You don't like the minor league tour? You don't like the little satellite events? Or are you talking about LIV? LIV is here to stay until it's gone. A few more minutes left with you. Keeping up with Texas Tech baseball. Let's see. We've already made it to the top of the fourth. A quick inning by Trombello. Wow, this guy's really getting it done. Let me see what his total pitches are. 36 pitches through 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits by the freshman. That'll work. We'll take that. And leading off the fourth, it's going to be Owen Washburn against Tate Bethel on a relief. 4-0. They'll go again tomorrow. Yeah, talking about LIV. It won't be around forever. And it's forced some changes in the PGA, which I'm glad it did. PGA needed to do some changes. PGA still needs to do some changes. On D1 Baseball with Tech Game. No, I'm watching it with the Gamecast stat broadcast, which you guys can access the same thing. Follow Tech on Twitter, Tech Baseball. Go to the stats broadcast area, and you can check all that stuff out. There's a way to watch it, too, if you go to the Tech Baseball Twitter feed. It's through Huddle, Hudl. If you are a college athlete or a high school athlete, you know what Huddle is, or if you're a coach or something else. Anyway, through the WAC page, you can access it backdoor through Huddle. It's free. It's a little convoluted. You can use it through Google, Apple, and Facebook, I think will allow you to access it. Or so they say. All right, what do we think? Real quick before we get out of here, predictions for Texas Tech and TCU tonight. What do you guys think is going to happen? I think Tech wins. I think it's close. I think it's nail-biter. I think it's about a 4-point win. Maybe 6 or 7 with Washington, but I think this is going to be tough. Tech's got to have it. This is a huge game. A lot on the line for both teams. This is separation week right now in the Big 12. Tech, hoopshd.com on the 6 line. TCU is on the 8 line. Texas is on the 8 line after their game last night. You've got a chance maybe to move up to that 5 line. Keep an eye out tonight. Creighton and UConn. Creighton on the 4 line. It's not going to hurt them too much, but you need some movement. If your whole goal is to get to the 4 line, you need movement. 82-74, says Donald. Production quality is actually better than the Pac-12 network. Kentucky needs to keep falling. Clemson needs to keep falling to get you to the 5. You can pass BYU and Colorado State. Baylor and BYU tonight. So you're rooting for Baylor because BYU's ahead of you slightly on the seed line, and you don't get a chance at them again. So's Baylor, go ahead and get the win. Baylor on the 3 line right now for hoopshd.com. Let them beat BYU. Move past them. And a good win tonight, you might get it. You might be able to move up just a little bit. I don't think you'll get to the 5 line, but you could move up on the seed line. So top of the 4th now, 2 outs is Damian Bravo is flied out along with Washburn against Bethel, Tate Bethel in relief. But the 4th spot in the 3rd inning, we'll see if that's enough. I'm interested to see if Trumbello comes out and pitches in the 4th inning. I would think that would be the max they would want. Your opinion on what seed we are now in the NCAA tournament? 6th seed right now. If it started today, Tech would be on that 6 line. The two sites you need to pay attention to are bracketville.wordpress.com, hoopshd.com. They will steer you right. They are done completely with the NCAA tournament seeding in mind. Everything they do is about that. They're the best in the business. Pay no attention to idiots and frauds like Joe Lenardi, ESPN, Charlie Krim, any of those people that all the other people cite. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to Bracket Matrix. There are too many. There's too much entered into it for Bracket Matrix to work. Do not pay attention to that. hoopshd.com, bracketville.wordpress.com. That's all you need. All right, we've had fun tonight. You guys share this, invite some friends, have some fun. We got to say goodbye to the folks on Twitter and on YouTube first. So we thank you guys for